So that being said, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but how can somebody really just maximize their phone interview?
Again, I think being able to have a flow of, kind of like when you write a paper, you have your beginning, you have your body, and then you have your closer.
Right.
I think that's very key in being able to tell your story about yourself, because honestly, that's what an interview is. It's writing a paper and presenting it, to your teacher about yourself. So, no one can speak about you better than you.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing.
Now, if someone has a very specific salary requirement, when is that the right time to discuss? Because if they have the mindset that, well, I know I can't afford anything less for various reasons, and I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste anybody else's time, what do you suggest?
Well, most of the time, recruiters are trained to ask that question on the front end, because again, you don't want to waste your time, you don't want to waste your manager's time, as well as other candidates.
Right.
So most of the time that's asked on the front end. I would definitely recommend to at least put out a minimum number of what you're looking for. Like, you won't go below this number, because I do ask that question, and a lot of candidates I speak with, they let me know, I'm open, or I'm open to hearing about what you're willing to offer, but I want to know on the front end, if you're looking for $50 an hour and we can only offer 25, then again, I don't want to waste your time. If something does change in the future and we're able to work with that number, then I'll definitely keep you in mind, but thank you for letting me know. But if if you're open to negotiating, then that's something, but I would at least have a minimum number and present it. It doesn't hurt to to know what you want, because an employer would want someone that knows what they want instead of kind of being indecisive, especially depending on the type of position that you're going into.
Very true. That's very good advice. So, as a recruiter, talent acquisition specialist, do you go online and research candidates' social media pages? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Do you ever search them, Google their name? Do you ever do that?
Not all the time.
Okay.
Definitely LinkedIn, just because sometimes I want to make sure that their resume is consistent with, maybe what they put on their LinkedIn, to just check consistencies. But I guess the social media police, I don't really do that too much.
Okay.
I think that might get done on the back end with the background check information. So, I would definitely recommend anyone who's in a public field, maybe keep your accounts private, especially if you post certain things that might not be conducive to the field that you're in,
or can be something like political, religious, those hot topics. You never know what your employer's beliefs are, or future employers' beliefs are, so it's just best to lock your page or don't post that at all.
But I definitely think maybe at least once my resume is in front of a director, I wouldn't doubt if a director takes a minute or two before the person is coming in for the interview. They get downstairs, hey, this person's here for an interview. Okay, yeah, send them up. I'm pretty sure they go online and maybe check to see really quick, while they're on their way up on the elevator, what's this person about? So.
Right. I would say from the HR director side, I know I used to search people just to see. And one time I was working for a hotel, and this candidate was applying for a front of the house position, which was I think a front desk manager or something like that. And I searched them on Facebook, and every post they had, the whole post consisted of cursing, like so much profanity on their page. And I'm saying, well, this is who they really are, and we need to make sure that whomever is filling this position is very polished, because you're supposed to be handling the guests, and the guests can be angry, and you don't want anybody to slip and curse them out or anything like that. So you just have to be cautious, and I think it's important to just lock your page. Just
Exactly.
lock your page. Don't keep it open. And for LinkedIn, that is a very good point, that your resume needs to match your LinkedIn. People need to see that your LinkedIn is updated.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the activity? Do you care too much about whether or not they share different articles or anything? Not too much?
Not so much. I wouldn't really say that their activity is, too important.
Okay.
But to see that, of course, it is updated. You have your most recent position there,
Right.
or at least some things about, a little bit about your work history is definitely important.
And what about the profile picture?
Definitely a professional
Okay.
picture. It's not recommended to have a selfie with
Right.
a waterfall in the back. It's a professional social media account, so I would keep that professional as if you were dressing for a professional attire setting.
I think you should tell them where they can possibly get a LinkedIn headshot from.
You are possibly looking for some LinkedIn headshots, you can reach out to myself, Chris Beltran, also C-Bell Vision. That's my photography page as well as social media handle.
There you go.
And yeah, we can talk about some headshots, and
Directly
maybe
to the source.
she can set up an event where we can do some resume writing, updating, as well as some headshots.
Stay tuned. Overall, what advice do you have to give today's job seeker? 2019, all of these people graduating from college, all of these people having a trade, so much competition. What do you advise them to do and how to go about this process?
Definitely remain patient. You have to understand that this is a really tight market. So, jobs are looking for the top candidates. So, any chance you get to speak with someone on the phone, be 100% polished. Always be ready. You never know, when you're gonna get a call. It doesn't hurt to reach out. And kind of get an update on your application status. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because that does go a long way. We're in an era where I guess social media and technology can kind of take away from that personability.
Right.
So I would definitely recommend, if it's been a week or two, it doesn't hurt to maybe take a phone call, reach out to the recruiter or the hiring manager, or shoot an email just to say, hi, this is my name, reaching out for an update on my application. I wanted to know if you're missing anything that I can possibly give to you. Things like that.
Very good advice. Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining us here at P.E.P, Professionals Empowering Peers. Viewers, thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe to this page so that you can get updates on when our next video is. We're going to be posting videos twice a month, so please stay tuned for the next episode. Until then,